Gears of War was a massive success, both critically and commercially. It was praised for its innovative gameplay mechanics, stunning visuals, and intense, action-packed combat. Many reviewers also lauded its cooperative gameplay and tactical approach to shooting, which was a breath of fresh air in a genre that often relied on more run-and-gun styles of play. Gears of War immediately stood out to me as one of the best third-person shooters I've played, largely due to its solid core gameplay mechanics. From the very beginning, it was clear this game wasn't just about shooting enemies, but about using cover effectively and engaging in aggressive, brutal combat. The cover system is fluid, letting you move smoothly from one point to another, while always keeping you in the action. It is amazing how active a cover-based combat can feel. The original Gears of War is set on the planet Sera, a world similar to Earth but ravaged by war and an energy crisis. The game takes place 14 years after Emergence Day, the catastrophic event when a subterranean race known as the Locust suddenly attacked humanity. Players assume the role of Marcus Phoenix, a battle-hardened soldier who was imprisoned for abandoning his post, but is released to help humanity in its fight for survival. Although it's primarily a single-player experience, Gears of War emphasizes teamwork, both with the AI-controlled Delta Squad and in its cooperative multiplayer modes. Players frequently work together to flank enemies, provide cover fire, and revive one another when downed. One of the things I instantly started to love was the active reload system. This simple mechanic added so much to the gameplay. Timing your reload perfectly not only made your gun ready faster, but also boosted your damage for the next few shots. It turned something as mundane as reloading into a minigame, which kept me on edge during every battle. The stakes felt high when I messed it up, but nailing it always gave a great sense of satisfaction. The combat itself is a perfect blend of ranged and close-quarters encounters. Ranged combat felt powerful, with each shot landing heavily and making enemies explode in a gory mess, especially with headshots. The weapons all felt distinct, and whether I was picking off enemies from a distance or charging in with the shotgun what game calls Nasha, the combat remained exceptional. Speaking of the weapons, Lancer, the chainsaw underneath the barrel made close-quarters combat incredibly satisfying. There's something brutally fun about sawing through an enemy up close, and the game encourages those moments of aggressive action without it feeling reckless. The gore and intensity of these kills added a visceral element to the game, making every encounter memorable. The world itself, though grim and war-torn, set the tone perfectly. Fighting in ruined cities and underground caverns added to the tension, and the Locusts always felt like a real threat. The atmosphere consistently reinforced the feeling that the world was already fallen, and you were fighting for survival. The soundtrack in Gears of War plays a huge role in creating the game's intense, often frantic atmosphere. The music, composed by Kevin Riepel, combines orchestral elements with heavy, industrial tones, which perfectly matches the game's dark, war-torn setting. The music ramps up during combat, making each firefight feel more desperate and chaotic, heightening the tension and urgency of battle. It contributes to the overall immersive experience, making the player feel the weight of each conflict. In quieter moments, the score takes on a somber, almost haunting tone, reflecting the bleakness of humanity's situation and the sense of hopelessness in the ongoing war. It's this attention to sound design that amplifies the emotional impact of the game and pulls you deeper into the world. In conclusion, Gears of War is a game that knows what it's doing. It takes a solid cover-based shooting system and enhances it with unique mechanics like active reloads and brutal melee options. The balance between strategy and pure action kept me hooked from start to finish, making it one of the most satisfying games I've played.